Hello. So, I'm not really sure how to start or record this video, but I'm currently just sitting in this really, really pretty field in my neighborhood. Not really a field, but, well, there's like a canyon in front of me, facing me. It's really pretty. Yeah. I have a lot of social anxiety, so this is very new to me, but honestly, because I've always wanted to start like a video diary type of thing, but it just wouldn't be fun if it was just me listening to me and just knowing that maybe a few people out there were listening to it. It's just pretty nice, just knowing that you're not like this delusional person listening to yourself. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is really awkward. I tend to think a lot in my head, a 24-hour monologue going, but not really in an out loud type of thinker. But yeah, so I guess a few facts about me is that I am 20. I turned 21 in mid-August, early August, August 11. I'm from California. I have a very interesting range of interests, I guess. I study personality types a lot and like Enneagram and the 8 cognitive functions, stuff like that. I love reading memoirs and books, so if anyone has any great book suggestions, let me know. I love novels too. I used to read a lot of novels when I was younger, actually. Like, The Fault in Our Stars and all of those kind of teen fiction books. Yeah, love those. John Green for the win. Yeah, but most of the time I'm just studying a lot of just anything that kind of sparks my interest. I used to really be into computer science a little bit. I really like tech, but not really my thing anymore. I'm not really sure what I want to do in life, but it seems to be the pattern in today's society, and yeah, just how it is, because the world sucks, and yeah, but I think that there is still hope. Considering all the odds, I mean, miracles do happen, and there are people who succeed and people who fail, and it's just the mindset and how, I guess, what opportunities people have gotten, or life is unfair for a lot of people, and everyone has their own struggles, but everyone's given their own strengths and their own weaknesses, and trying to grow out of those weaknesses, and finding your talents based on those strengths and relying on them and making connections with other people and friends, and because people change people, and I think that's one of the many secrets of life. So I think by now some of you have noticed that my face does not look like a lot of other people's faces, and yeah, maybe the thumbnail can probably surprise you. But yeah, I was born with a very rare genetic condition called Hereditary Sensory Autonomic Neuropathy type 8. So, it sounds like, mumbo jumbo words, random gibberish. But it basically means that I have an insensitivity to physical pain. So it's not that I don't feel pain at all. It's more like bone pain. Like if I fall or I break a bone or something is infected, I don't realize it. My body has its own crazy ways of telling me through my nervous system. It's a defect in the PRDM12 gene, and it affects like 0.0004% of the human population. So yeah, I mean, so when I was a kid, and major trigger warning, TMI. As a kid, like as a toddler, I would scratch my eyes. Like, how children, they rub their eyes and stuff, but I wouldn't know the pressure that I was putting on my eyes, and, therefore led me to scratch my corneas. And, the cornea is like the outer layer of the eye. So, dust, like, it protects the eye and stuff. So doctors, they decided to stitch half of my eye shut so debris and dust doesn't go into my eye, and to kind of protect it. I hope to get that open in a couple years. And yeah, my mouth is a very interesting shape, simply because of this condition, I don't have, strong gums to hold up my teeth. So when my adult teeth came in, they all fell out almost immediately, pretty much. But thankfully I have like a denture, and also like burning my tongue a lot, because I wouldn't be able to know if the food was too hot when eating, and I didn't have like any teeth to kind of just like protect, that. I have a denture now, thankfully, and like a little mouthpiece thing. But yeah, and then a bunch of these scars on my face, because it's like a skin picking thing from anxiety, and sometimes just not knowing, like, if I have like an itch or something, and I just do this, and I end up going deeper than I should, just because my nervous system does not let me know that, it doesn't give me that pain signal, right, to know when to stop. So yeah, I mean, that's always been, it's never been a big deal to me as it is to other people. And I'm not gonna make like this whole video about it, just because I've always seen myself as a very normal person, and I realized I wasn't really looking into the camera. I was kind of looking out at the view. And yeah, how much time has gone by? Okay, 7 minutes. Yeah, I had to just lean in and check that, just because I am legally blind. My vision is like out of 15 out of 200, or like 1 out of 20, so I am considered legally blind. So like I can't drive or do a lot of things, and stuff like that, but I always find a way to kind of do everything, self-independence. And when you're kind of born with something, you kind of just know how to deal with it and manage it, and other people freak out just because it's not really their reality. And a lot of people, they kind of base their reactions and their feelings and their thoughts based on their past experiences. So if they haven't like experienced something like this, or haven't met someone with anything similar, they kind of, they get scared of it, or they don't know how to handle it. Well, they get scared because they don't know how to handle it. So yeah, just for any person who's into personality, it's very like, introvert sensing. So taking in external stimuli, and then, reusing it again and again as a memory, like as memories. Yeah, I'm very terrible at explaining things, especially when I'm not the most comfortable, or don't really have a specific topic of discussion. Growing up, I was actually pretty good at public speaking. I could talk about anything very confidently and passionately, but I think as you get older, there's like more challenges and more things along the way that you have to deal with, that, all your other, I guess, talents or things that you just normally do take a break, or, they just hide inside of you somewhere. Yeah. I think those are dogs barking. But yeah, I'm actually in college right now, in my second year, almost my third year, going into my third year, and I still have no idea what I want to do. Like, actually no idea. A dream of mine was to become like a cybersecurity detective, or even, work in human trafficking or something like that. I'm very passionate about things like that. But, just terrible eyesight, and, because of my condition, I don't have the best body for, agility and just, um, because when you fall on your knees so many times, they decide to just give out on you sometimes. And fear of getting physically hurt and stuff. And it requires a lot of eyesight, and even if you're doing it online or something. But I do know that even as an investigator, there is going to be a lot of in-person stuff. And people are like, oh, you're really good at English or writing or psychology, you should be a psychologist or a teacher or something. But I feel like the little energy that I already have, I don't even have enough to give to the people around me, let alone to the entire world, and then not have enough time for those that I really do care about, people that I value a lot. And yeah. I guess random fact about myself is that I love EDM, so I really like liquid drum and bass and melodic dubstep, and yeah, I also really like rock and hip hop and rap. I'm not one of those people that's like, I listen to everything, but I think I do listen to most things. I'm currently writing a book, actually. It's very fictionalized. Yeah. And I hope to get it out there. I also write a lot of poetry. Never liked it growing up. But I remember when my 5th grade teacher, she was like, no, you'll really like poetry eventually. Because I was good at it. Just because I'm naturally good with words and language and stuff like that. But she was right. I really did get into poetry later on, and I don't write all the time, but when I get the feel for it, I do. It's all about the vibe, Yeah. It's a really pretty day today, and I feel very blessed to be living in a really, really nice area. The sky is blue, and, I feel like, even with all the crap going on, whatever, politics, news, blah, 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 the economy, I think as Americans, we are very, very privileged to be living in America right now. And I just feel like from school and not really like learning about geography, we have this huge disadvantage of just like natural brain, like this natural kind of brainwashing mindset. Like, we were kind of brainwashed to just think that America is like the only country in the world. Thankfully, I've always had a lot of online friends since I was pretty young, so pretty much have a couple friends from every corner of the world. I'm very, very thankful for that. Random islands on the ocean, from Asia to Africa to Europe, Eastern Europe, everywhere, Maldives, yeah, wherever you can think of. The Indian Ocean, little islands, and, So I guess shout out to every single person who isn't from America. Yeah, I love my international friends a lot. I'm ethnically Algerian, I'm North African, but I was born here, so my nationality is American, but I do consider myself Algerian. I'm very proud of my country. Well, not really proud of the country, but proud of my identity. Yeah. I feel like the world sucks, but we should make the best of it. And I guess this is my video of hope that, we can do it, and it's gonna be okay, even if a lot of the times doesn't seem that way. We make the best of it. I was going on a walk, so I want to continue doing that, and then I'll go home. But yeah, this is just, I guess, my day one or week one, or no idea how many times I'm going to do this per week. But yeah, this is like my first journal entry, and yeah, bye.